Welcome to Haunted Talks, the official podcast of the Haunted Walk, offering ghost tours and paranormal adventures in Kingston, Ottawa, and Toronto, Ontario, and online experiences to anyone in this mortal realm. My name is Jim Dean. I am the creative director, and it is my privilege to be your haunted host for this episode. In just a few days, on Monday, April 8th, 2024, a total solar eclipse will cast its shadow across North America, from Mexico through the United States and into Canada. Today, as we don our safety glasses, we peer into the eerie essence of an eclipse, exploring the diverse interpretations and superstitions different cultures have attached to this extraordinary celestial event that temporarily obscures the sun. Embracing the supernatural energies that accompany the eclipse, we'll share a series of simple yet spine-tingling paranormal experiments that we're inviting you, our listeners, to actively participate in. Together, we will combine our experiences to see what mysteries may be revealed. Join us in this unique opportunity to delve together into the unknown. But before we get to that, earlier this week, we did see a few crocuses sticking through the ground. Despite the snow that currently rests on the ground, spring is on the way. And this time of year is a lot of fun for us, because some of our tours that have been slumbering over the winter are reawakening, and our guides out, giving them once more. Of particular note, on Monday, April 8th, the day of the eclipse, we do have tours running that evening. And as you'll hear in the episode, it's a particularly interesting day to be considering the paranormal. We are also about to announce a series of investigation dates with our good friends at Phantoms of Yore. The first one is up already, May 24th and 25th at the SDG Jail in Cornwall, Ontario, and they have one very special event in store that I can't wait to share with you, but can't quite yet. So stay tuned for that. If you really want to get into the swing on the day of the eclipse, something else you could try in addition to the experiments we'll be talking about in the episode is our Haunting at Home online paranormal adventure. Could your home be haunted? Well, there seems no better day than to try and find out. For information on all of our ghost tours in Kingston, Ottawa, and Toronto, our paranormal investigations, and our online experiences, please visit our website, hauntedwalk.com. We would love to connect with you on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all at Haunted Walk, and be sure to follow, rate, and review the show wherever you listen. While solar eclipses themselves are a marvel of celestial mechanics, their visibility from any single location on Earth is a rarity, making each occurrence a monumentous event. The path of totality, the area where the sun is completely blocked out, is only about 100 kilometers or 60 miles wide. The last time there was a total solar eclipse in Ontario was 1979. The next won't be till 2099. It's not an exaggeration to say this will be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for many of us. During a total solar eclipse, the moon moves directly between the Earth and the Sun, casting its shadow on the Earth. This process takes several hours, starting with a partial eclipse where the moon starts to move in front of the Sun, gradually covering it. This phase is observed as the moon taking the first bite, and it progressively covers more and more of the Sun's disk. Observers in the path of the eclipse will notice a gradual reduction in daylight. The big moment occurs when the moon completely covers the disk for a magical 2 to 3 minutes. In the path of totality, the world will fall into a profound silence, as if nature itself holds its breath, captivated by the moon's embrace of the sun. Around us, the horizon will glow with a surreal 360-degree sunset, painting the edges of reality with the colors of our dreams. And as the diamond ring flares back to life, piercing the shadow's veil, we are gently reminded of the eternal ballet that dances above us. After totality, the moon begins to move away from the sun, gradually uncovering it. The process is the reverse of the first phase, with daylight slowly returning as the moon's shadow moves away. Witnessing a total or even a partial eclipse is an extraordinary experience that transcends the ordinary flow of life, pulling the observer into a moment of cosmic spectacle. The event carries with it a palpable sense of excitement as the usual order of the world is momentarily suspended, inviting a touch of magic into the air. There can also be a little fear in seeing something so familiar as our sun, our constant, life-giving star, transformed, obscured, or seemingly to vanish from the sky. Humans have long noted patterns with the sun and moon, but we haven't been able to accurately predict eclipses until the 1700s. Take a moment to imagine what it would have felt like to be one of our distant ancestors without the science to explain what is happening. Without warning, in the middle of the day, something very strange is happening to the sun. If your friends and family were in the cave or asleep, would they even believe you as you told them your tale? In ancient Mesopotamia, eclipses were seen as dire omens, particularly for the king. To protect the ruler, a substitute king would be appointed during an eclipse, a commoner who would assume the king's identity, while the real king would go into hiding. After the eclipse, the substitute was often killed, supposedly taking any ill fate upon himself. In a similar vein, in ancient China, eclipses were seen as powerful omens tied to the emperor's destiny. The Chinese believed that a celestial dragon was responsible for eclipsing the sun and moon, an event they described as the sun being eaten. To save the sun, people would make loud noises with drums and pots, hoping to scare the dragon away. The Vikings believed that solar eclipses occurred when the sky wolves Skoll, and Hati, who were in constant pursuit of the sun and moon, managed to catch and devour their elusive prey. Like the Chinese, the Vikings would make loud noises to try to scare these wolves away. According to Britannica, ancient Hindu mythology provides a rather graphic and disturbing explanation for solar eclipses. According to legend, a cunning demon named Rahu sought to drink the nectar of the gods and thus attain immortality. Disguised as a woman, Rahu attempted to attend a banquet of the gods and was discovered by Vishnu. As punishment, the demon was promptly beheaded, and it is his decapitated head flying through the sky that darkens the sun during an eclipse. Some versions say that Rahu was actually able to steal a sip of the nectar, but was beheaded before it reached the rest of his body. His immortal head, in perpetual pursuit of the sun, sometimes catches and swallows it. But the sun quickly reappears, as Rahu has no throat. The Inca, an ancient civilization in South America, worshipped Inti, the sun god, seeing him as a powerful but mostly kind deity. However, they saw solar eclipses as a sign of Inti's anger. After an eclipse, spiritual leaders would try to figure out why Inti was upset and what kinds of sacrifices were needed to calm him. As the moon's shadow silently blankets the earth, turning day into an unexpected night, the spectacle of an eclipse does far more than captivate our eyes. It touches something deeper, stirring the soul. This extraordinary alignment, where sunlight is momentarily stolen by the moon, inspires the human imagination and a spark of paranormal curiosity. The sudden stillness, the eerie shift from day to night, speaks to an ancient part of us, whispering of realms just beyond the edges of perception. For those of us drawn to the unknown, an eclipse is a rare portal, a moment where the veil between the tangible and the mystical worlds seems to grow thin. It's during these fleeting moments that the echoes of ancient lore and the shadowy corners of other dimensions seems to draw near, inviting us to step closer, to listen, to feel the pulse of unseen energies weaving through the fabric of our reality. It's a call to explore, to question, and perhaps to discover. Given this history, the rarity of the event, and how it has such a significant impact on us as human beings, we thought it would be the perfect time to try something fun, with your help. Thinking about the eclipse and the paranormal reminds me of our investigation at the CN Tower in Toronto last October, where we asked the question, what happens when we go high up into the air inside a giant antenna and reach out? If you haven't listened to that episode yet, I won't spoil it for you, but we got some very powerful results. This time we're asking, what happens if we try a similar investigation when the sun disappears from the sky? In those few moments, when day and night merge into one, is it possible that this world and what lies beyond step closer together? We have teams in Toronto and Eastern Ontario that will be simultaneously attempting Estes method sessions. As you may recall, in this experiment, we wear noise-canceling headphones listening to radio frequencies being quickly scanned, looking for some kind of communication. We are curious about who or what might come through during such a powerful celestial event, and why. Might they have an impression or response to what's happening in the sky? Will the sessions be different in content, feel, or energy compared to when we normally do them at more traditionally haunted places? Does it open the door for potential communication with non-human entities? These are tantalizing questions, for sure. We would also like you to get involved. We have 3 simple and quick experiments you can try wherever you are. You don't need to be in the path of totality, and you don't need any special items. You can do them while looking at the sun with the appropriate safety glasses, if you like, but that is absolutely not necessary. You could also do these experiments indoors. In Ontario, we will be carrying out our experiments between 3:15 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but within an hour or 2 of either side would certainly be fine. Here are the 3 experiments. Number 1. We always say the investigation tool is yourself. As the event is unfolding, take a moment to reflect inward. Do you notice any changes in your body, thoughts, and impressions? What does it feel like during the eclipse? Experiment number 2 involves ESP, or extrasensory perception. Margot will be leading a team in Toronto, and I will be leading a team just south of Ottawa. Both of us will be thinking of the exact same object, which we will be attempting to transmit to you through concentration and focus, but also by asking any possible entities we connect with during the SD session to help us send you the message. Your job will be to take a moment, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and then try to guess the object. How cool would it be if you, or any one of our listeners, even got close? Experiment number 3 is inspired by the Global Consciousness Project, which explores whether significant global events can influence the output of randomly generated numbers, which, if so, would suggest a form of mass consciousness or emotional energy that can affect the physical world. An eclipse, as a moment of awe and wonder, might similarly influence random number patterns. To do this experiment, all you need to do is open your phone and ask Google to give you a random number between 1 and 10. Do this 3 to 5 times and then send us your results. If you are looking to do a more involved investigation, I have 2 suggestions for you. If you happen to have a spirit box and want to do an Estes session of your own, we'd love to see the results from that. Another intriguing idea is to try our haunting at home while the eclipse is taking place. We have a series of experiments there you can do with simple objects you will have around your house. Information about our haunting at home can be found on our website. After the eclipse has ended, or in the next day or 2, visit hauntedwalk.com/eclipse, and there you'll be able to report your results. We'll share them in our next episode. Again, the 3 experiments are: What do you feel or sense during the eclipse? Can you guess the object Margot and I are thinking of and trying to send you? And number 3, what random numbers will be generated for you while the eclipse is taking place? I'm not really sure what is going to happen, and I am a little nervous about it, but mostly excited about the opportunity to explore the unknown in extremely unique conditions. I hope all of you will join us. In the show notes, I have left a link to our reports page so you have that quickly and easily to find, and also some information about the path of the eclipse so you can plan out the best time for you to participate. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode. For information on our Eclipse Night tours or our ghost tours in general, our online experiences, and paranormal investigations, please visit our website, hauntedwalk.com. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all at Haunted Walk. And as I know you don't want to miss any new episodes, be sure to follow, rate, and review the show wherever you listen. As always, a special thanks to the Haunted Talks team, including Michelle Dennis, our outstanding audio editor. Until we meet again, good luck with your experiments, and sweet dreams.
Here comes the sun.